we can go into the nature of the force that's behind this global cult, the force that these Satanists in the global cult worship in their rituals. I looked and met so many people around the world in different cultures and looked at what the cultures say and what the legends say, what the accounts say. And again, you're seeing a non-human force being described as a manipulator of human society. And it seems to take a reptilian form, not only a reptilian form, but that seems to be the dominant force, the one that's really calling the shots. But then you can go deeper and you can say, well, it doesn't matter whether we're looking at something that's human or something that's not human, that's reptilian, that's one of these grays. It doesn't matter in the foundation of it all, because how that form, if you like, behaves is dictated by its perception. So what we're looking at the bottom of this rabbit hole is a state of perception. And I've been talking about a mind virus for decades, a mind virus that's manipulating human perception and directing human psychology. Much more recently, I came across the concept in the Native American arena, the description of a mind virus, which they call Wetiko, at least the Cree tribal group do. And I read about Wetiko and I thought, this is exactly the mind virus I've been writing about. And it's a state of consciousness that's incredibly distorted and inverted. That's why it inverts everything. And if you look at the word evil, it's the word live written backwards. And that's very appropriate because this Wetiko consciousness, which drives these reptilians and drives this global cult, drives your Gateses and drives your Faucis and drives your Klaus Schwabs, it's a inversion of love. In fact, my definition of evil is the absence of love. You take love out and you've got evil. You put love in and evil is gone. And so it sounds trite and simplistic, but it's not. It's profound. The answer to evil is not more evil. What you fight, you become. It's love. And what we've done, and it's been systematically distorted on purpose, is lost the meaning of love. We now connect in the human expression of it, love with attraction. Part of it can be attraction, it can be a physical attraction. But the love I'm talking about is well beyond that. Love is that which connects us to outside this madhouse, which I say is a simulation actually, to that which drives the vast overwhelming majority of infinite consciousness, infinite possibility. And what's happened is that humans have been manipulated into a fake reality, a simulation, think Matrix, that has sought to disconnect us, to separate us from that enormity of love. And what is love? Love is all that is, has been, and ever can be. Love is all possibility. Love is all potential. Love is that which says, I will always do what I know to be right, and I will not think about consequences, because to think consequences will be to consider not doing what I know to be right. I'm doing what I know to be right because I'm coming from love. Love, through this heart vortex, is how we connect with the great beyond, outside of this mind prison, which is what it is. This simulation, this matrix, is a mind prison, a perception prison. And the whole idea is to stop us making that connection, to keep us separated, to hold our point of attention and our source of perception in the five senses and the immediate subconscious around the five senses. That's where they want to isolate us. Because what the idea is to isolate us in the five senses and then to program those senses with a version of reality. So that version of reality, version of perception, becomes one which allows the force of control to its heart's content. Because you can't see literally beyond the end of your nose when you're in that state. If you look at how the five senses decode reality, they can see only certain frequencies that we call form. We call solidity. They're not really, but they appear to the five senses. But in between the form, the five senses see empty space. They don't see anything else. So everything's apart from everything else to the five senses. It's the only way it can see the world. Whereas when you expand your awareness out of the five senses, you start to realize that everything's connected. There is no empty space. That between, or that which the five senses perceives as empty space, is actually consciousness, awareness, like one vast conscious Wi-Fi field, connecting everything. And we are interacting with it. It's affecting us and we're affecting that, just like fish and sea life are swimming in an ocean. The ocean is that which connects everything. But they don't want us to realize that we're part of one massive, infinite whole, dominated by love beyond understanding of what love is. They want us to think that we are simply irrelevant, powerless individuals, apart from every other individual, apart from every other expression of life, like the trees and the air and the natural world in general. So that we are operating as merely one isolated computer system, if you like, when we're actually all connected.